morning.
Good morning and welcome to Morning in the Mountains on Mountain Fun Life. And Mrs. Claus and I are back again for you.
Yes, story time with Santa and Mrs. Claus. And we've got a fun episode today,
I
don't
think
we?
so. I think so.
Yeah,
We have a pretty terrific one. So.
We do.
And
we
speaking
do.
of birds,
Yes.
excuse me, it is spring. And
Yeah.
I bet you're seeing a lot more birds around your house right now. And we even have a book about that, and it's called Nesting Neighbors. So if you're ready for our story time, I would love to do this. So
Okay, let's
Mrs.
get
Claus
ready.
will show you the book while I read it.
Let me just
Now this
get
is
these
by
out of the
Jennifer Patrick, and she did a wonderful job talking about our nesting neighbors. So, got your hearing ears on? Ready? Okay. All right. One warm spring day, my family noticed something. We noticed another family building a home right next to ours. A mama robin had chosen the big tree right next to our front door to build a nest for her eggs. So, my mom and dad were able to quickly peek in to see the progress. My brother and I had to be lifted. So, and if you want to look at a nest, that's the way you should do is let your folks help you on that.
Yes.
So, a few days later, we noticed 3 bright blue eggs. Robin's egg blue, to be exact. We never got too close or touched the eggs, and you never should. Sometimes the mama bird would fly away when we were near. Sometimes she stayed in the nest and she would quietly watch to make sure there was no danger. One time she even stayed snuggled when a storm swirled around her and the wind bent the tree branches. She's very protective of her eggs. It seemed to take forever for the eggs to begin hatching, but it was only about 2 weeks. Then it took 2 full days for all the small pink birds to emerge. One morning, my mom noticed 1 pink baby bird and 2 eggs. That afternoon, she noticed 2 pink babies and 1 egg. And that very next day, she noticed 3 pink babies. So, and the new baby birds were sure hungry. Wow! We watched the daddy bird guard the nest while mama bird gathered food. Sometimes we saw the daddy bird bringing worms back to the nest to feed babies and the mama. And the bird parents worked day and night to care for their new hatchlings. Takes a lot to feed a growing family, doesn't it, Mom and Dad?
Yeah.
We wondered if there was anything we could do to help. We read about things that robin birds might like to eat. We offered some berries on a plate. We left the plate on the ground near the tree, but the mama was not interested. What if we found some squiggly worms for the birds? My brother and I were up for the task, but Mom got a funny look on her face. We decided to just watch and learn more about our interesting neighbors. And that's really something. They're quite good and quite adept at getting their own food. And if you put food too close to the nest, they probably wouldn't respond anyway. So
No.
keep that in mind. Each day the birds got bigger and fluffier. They also started squawking for food. All 3 birds craned their necks with their mouths open until a tasty morsel was dropped in. We thought they might leave the nest soon and start to fly on their own. My brother and I wanted to name them before they left. So we decided on Feather, Branch, and Twig. Nice names.
Yeah. Appropriate, I guess.
I would say so.
For where
yes.
they're living, yeah.
The birds practiced flying by sitting on the side of their nest and flapping their wings. They would beat their wings quickly, but were not quite ready to take off. Finally, after days of practicing, the babies were ready and to take flight. One by one, the babies left the nest. Then Mama and Daddy Robin flew away too. We were sad to see our neighbors go, but we knew they were ready for new adventures. And they had to start nests of their own for later, didn't they? Yeah.
Yeah.
So, part of their nest is still there. Mom said we could clear it away because robins rarely use the same nest again, although they do sometimes come back to the same tree to lay their eggs. I sure hope so. Spring is coming soon again, and they make great neighbors. And robins will do that. They'll return year after year to the same tree,
That's true.
as long as they were successful in raising the family the first time.
Yeah.
So, have you ever noticed or watched the birds near where you live? Did you ever wonder where their nest is? I notice birds in my neighborhood now more than ever. I often wonder if any of the robins I see are the ones from the nest. My brother and I wrote a song in case the birds return. We will sing it softly to them. Robins, robins, build your nest. We have a tree that is the best. We'll be kind, don't you know? We just want to watch you grow. The end. So, and you're going to see a lot of nesting neighbors pretty soon. Try not to disturb them, but they're fun to watch. I mean, I love
and especially right now, because the birds are building their nests, so we thought this would be a fun book to read.
Yes.
Yeah.
So keep an eye out for nests around your house.